Hey guys, so today we were talking about correcting vague pronouns, and vague pronouns are usually like unclear, they don't quite make sense. So we want to go through this to make sure, number one, that we understand how to correct sentences with vague pronouns. And this is something that you kind of did about a week and a half ago with a Khan Academy video, so we're just kind of uh, reverting back to it just to make sure that we understand what vague pronouns are and how to correct them and identify them as part of course, our standards. So I'm on page 241 and 242 today. We're going to do page 241 together, and then page 242 you'll do on your own for independent practice. Okay, page 241. Pronouns help writers to avoid repetition, but when a pronoun is vague or unclear, readers can't tell what or whom it refers to. A pronoun may be unclear if there is more than one noun to which the pronoun could be referring. For example, here's your clear sentence. The cliff dwellings at Mesa Verde were built by the ancestral Pueblo people. Unclear. They show us what life was like there thousands of years ago. So the pronoun they in the unclear sentence refers to, could refer to the cliff dwellings or the ancestral Pueblo people. We're not quite sure which one. That's why this is vague. You can fix the problem by changing the pronoun to the correct noun. So instead of saying they, we would say these dwellings show us what life was like there thousands of years ago. A pronoun may also be unclear if there is no noun to which the pronoun refers. So unclear, our days at Mesa Verde were long and full and it taught us a lot. So what does it refer to? Another unclear sentence would be, at home people sometimes ask questions and it was hard. Well, what was hard? So you can fix the first sentence by replacing the pronoun with a noun phrase such as the trip. However, the second sentence might need a bit more work, which means that we would have to actually rework the sentence to make it make sense. So sometimes fixing the pronoun is not the only solution. Sometimes you need to actually rework the sentence to make it make sense. So the first unclear sentence is now clear by stating our days at Mesa Verde were long and full and the trip taught us a lot. So changing it to the trip makes sense and makes the sentence make sense and makes it clear. Where the second sentence, they actually had to completely rework the sentence to make it make sense. So at home, people ask questions that were hard to answer. So that makes more sense because now we know that the questions were hard to answer and not just it was hard. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do this guided practice together. We're going to read the paragraph and then we're going to cross out each vague or unclear pronoun and we're going to write the correction above it. We may have to revise more than the pronoun to make the sentence meaning clear, meaning that we may have to revise the entire sentence to make it clear. Okay, in 1888, during a heavy snowfall near what is now Mesa Verde National Park, two cowboys saw walls and towers off in the distance. They were unusual and they decided to go and explore them. They found homes built right into the walls and the tall cliffs. They had ancient tools and pottery, and it was exciting. Okay, so let's start with the first sentence. In 1888, during a heavy snowfall near what is now Mesa Verde National Park. Is there anything wrong with that part? No, there's nothing wrong with that part. Okay, because there's no pronoun that's off. That seems like a pretty clear section. Okay, it says they were unusual and they decided to go, nope, sorry. Two cowboys saw walls and towers off in the distance. Okay, so is there anything wrong with that part? Nope. Okay, so how about they were unusual and they decided to go and explore them? Well, the word they, what is that referring to? What is unusual? So that's the first one that we're going to do. So they I'm going to cross out. And then we're going to replace that with these structures. So let me do the text box. I'm going to type in these structures. Okay, so instead of they, we're doing these structures were unusual and they decided to go and explore them. So did the structures decide to go and explore them? What does they in the second part refer to? So let's cross out they. So we know that the structures didn't decide to go out and explore them, but instead it was the two cowboys or the men. So whichever one you want to put. The men. I'm just going to put the men, but it refers to the two cowboys that we're talking about in this paragraph here. Okay, let's see. These structures were unusual and the men decided to go and explore them. Make sense? We're doing good so far? Okay. They found homes built right into the walls of the tall cliffs. Who is they? Who's they? The cowboys, right? So let's go ahead and cross off they. And let's put in our text box here and put the cowboys. I think you could probably figure that out by the sentence, but it can be unclear. So that's why we're going to put the cowboys. Okay. The cowboys found homes built right into the walls of the tall cliffs. They had ancient tools and pottery, and it was exciting. So, what had ancient tools and pottery? The cowboys? The homes? What had ancient tools and pottery? The homes. Yeah, so we're going to cross out they here, and we're going to put in the homes. Okay, so the homes had ancient tools and pottery, and it was exciting. It was exciting? Like, what does it refer to here? I'm going to cross out it because we're talking about the two cowboys who are exploring, right? So how would it be exciting? Does it mean like the cowboys were excited to find these things? Yeah, I think that's what they mean here. So let's go ahead and change that. So, and the cowboys were excited. See how we kind of had to rework this sentence to make it make sense. Okay, so I'm going to reread it now, so hopefully you can hear that it makes sense now. In 1888, during a heavy snowfall near what is now Mesa Verde National Park, two cowboys saw walls and towers off in the distance. These structures were unusual, and the men decided to go and explore them. The cowboys found homes built right into the walls of the tall cliffs. The homes had ancient tools and pottery, and the cowboys were excited. Does it make sense? Yay. Okay, so now you're going to do page 242. So you have this short passage right here, and then you're going to, let's see, I'm going to read the directions. Read the paragraph for numbers 1 through 4. Choose the revision that corrects the vague pronoun in each numbered sentence in the paragraph. Okay, so for question number 1, it's going to deal with number 1, which is right here. For question number 2, line 2. For question 3, line 3. And question 4, line 4. So you're going to look here for the vague or unclear pronoun. They showed a high degree of skill in stone masonry. So it's probably going to have to do something with they here because they is the pronoun and it can be a unclear who showed a high degree of skill in stonemasonry. Okay. So that's what you're going to do, and then you can check your answers, and of course submit this page for work completion. If you have any questions or need help with it, make sure you come and see me. All right, bye guys.